Well then, I know you like me doing it bit by bit, so you're going to get it bit by bit. Anyway, look at this, look what we've cleaned up. We're getting ready, we're getting the parts ready to make the screwdriver. And we found the size here, 1/2 inch, and we found the size here, over here, look, 5/10 or 5 whatever's Whitworth. But look at this. Oh, are we going to use, we found the broad arrow. Now is that an RD or a KD? What is that? Let's have a look at that. Is that an R or a K? It's definitely the broad arrow, but it's got something with a full stop on the end, doesn't it? It's the only box spanner so far that I've got with a broad arrow on. Shall we use it? Shan't we use it? What shall we do? I mean, it's beginning to get a split here, look. But no worries. Where are we? It's only, it's going to be an handle. Yeah, we're going to use it. But look at that. Of all the ones I'd use, is the ones with the broad arrow on it. Damn, it's got military service. Anyway. So that's that. Right. So remember, we were going to swap over. We were going to cut the head off that, weren't we? So I've decided... Oh, that's still a bit warm. I've decided the best chance... I mean, I could have cut it off and then welded around it. But me and ending up straight is a problem, isn't it? So I'm going to try and do my best. So what I'm going to do now, what I've decided to do, is do a 1/2 and 1/2 cut. Halfway there, halfway there. That should marry up quite nicely. I'll put a bit of a valley into here and valley into here, so the material, I won't be welding the surface, I'll be welding in the gap of it. But it'll all burn together anyway. So that's my best shot. Oops, at keeping it level. Hold on. Yeah, so we'll put a bit of a groove in there so the weld's got somewhere to go. Because now if I weld it, I mean, it'll burn through, it'll be all right. But we'll put a bit of a groove in there so we can build up the weld. So I think by doing it this way, 1/2 and 1/2, this is still hot by the way, 1/2 and 1/2, got a better shot at keeping it straight. Really, I think it's going to be pretty darn good, really. We've done quite a good, we'll cut a little bit off, shut that gap up at the back, and put a V into these sides. I think we're going to be all right, you know. Yeah, that'll end up, hold on, that's going to end up pretty level, isn't it? Anyway, so far so good. Swap this around, keep that there, swap this around, put that there, clean this up, use that, and we'll keep going. Yeah, we keep going. So we're all right. It's going to be all right, you know, because we're going to put it together like this now. Yeah. Now the reason that valley is there is we're going to be doing a lot of cleaning and grinding. So we're going to weld that together there, and the material is going to go in there and cause the weld. Now this I'm going to weld, but the weld's going to be on the surface. So, you know, by the time you ground it back down again to the right size, you ain't got a hell of a lot holding it. But up here, again, we've put a valley in, and we're going to fill that full of weld, that valley, and then we're going to grind on top of it. So it's going to be gripping there. It's going to be burnt into the surface here. We might leave this proud a bit and sticking out or whatever, but I think we've got a pretty good chance now of that. If we weld that there and clamp it in together, we've got a pretty good chance of making that go back on there straight. Obviously we'll test it. There is wiggle room, you know what I mean? It's not as if we've machined it, we've just cut it by hand. it looks we've had a pretty lucky shot, haven't we? That's sort of halfway, isn't it? And that's sort of halfway. So I think we're going to be. I'm quite confident in that ending up being straight. It's all about now clamping it tight and then burning it and then grinding it back and it then landing straight, because we don't want the end sort of over that way, as you might say, or over this way, tipped a bit. We don't want the end sort of being like this, welded on, but then ending up like that. You know. So yeah, I reckon it's going to be, we'll clamp it. By the time we've clamped it, it'll sort of be straighter. And of course, look, all this threaded stuff will disappear in the handle, and then we'll have this left to make a screwdriver end with. So anyway, let's less talking, more welding. About first contact. Yeah. See, I'm going to just tack it here and try not to hit the welder, because these sort of situations, when you're close to the welder, I end up welding it to the bleeding vice. But anyway, I've been able to clamp it in there, and it's gripped this as well, so that's a good sign. Let's go down here. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, it's all about once you get the first contact and you're solid. So we'll get a touch on it here, we'll get a fix, we'll let it cool down, and then we'll come over here and we'll weld that, and then we'll come back to this then. Yeah, so let's see if we can get first contact in here and hope the heat doesn't well, we can put it back in the vise and crush it, but hope that the heat doesn't distort it and make it crooked. But it's looking okay from here. We've had our first touch. It's looking okay, isn't it? It's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Not bad at all. A little bit that side maybe. Crush it in the vise. Hold on. That's going to be okay. So we're going to leave that alone now. That's held that end. So let's work down this end and see if we can get some welding going on here. Get this all stuck together, this end. Oh, we've got a blob in there, haven't we? And we've got a blob in there. So let's bang it and cool it down. Let's see what it looks like. Well, actually, it doesn't look three bad, does it? Hold on. Doesn't look three bad. Yeah, we can weld that again now. We can build on it, can't we? This top is a bit canted over. Do you think? Does it look a bit? Oh, it's so difficult to get them straight by hand. Do you know what I mean? But I reckon if you look 3 foot away, it looks good, doesn't it? And that's the measure. So let's that's looking all right. I'm quite pleased with that. Are we going to risk welding down the sides now? Hold on, that's not very good focused, is it? What if we do this? Is that better? Oh yeah. Yeah, we can build on that now, can't we? Build it and then grind it back. But of course, can you see now how much better of a grip it's got, rather than just on the surface? But we will burn down this middle now. We'll make a burn down the middle here. Now we'll make another burn down the middle there. And we'll build this up on the top here. Yeah. And we'll build this up as well. Doesn't need much building up, but we'll build again on that now. And then we'll grind it all back and make it look like one piece. Well, that's the plan anyway. And then it should be strong enough to take a pounding. It still looks a bit off the top, doesn't it? Somehow. It still looks a bit over on one side. there, look, it looks a bit, but it's not that much over one side. What we can do is we can play with that later on when we weld that onto the box spanner, because we'll centralize the bottom as well, won't we? So, and all that will disappear in the handle. So, yeah, I'm quite encouraged. So you see now, we've overbuilt it now, haven't we? But that was always the intention: burn it in, knock the clinker off, and then grind it all back again. Yeah, I think that might look all right under there. Let's give it a, which bit? That bit might look okay. Let's have a look. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be all right. That's going to grind back lovely, that is. Except it's on the surface, isn't it? So let's play some more. The more I look at it, the more twisted it looks, but we'll see, we'll see. So, as you can see, look, that was the big blob. It's only surface welded, that one. But you remember, well, that's well within that valley that we made. So we can go back and top that up now, can't we? We'll build that up there in that valley there. And here's this other one, which it looks like I've missed the damn line. I've welded it too far to one side, and there's the line in there. So we can go in there and put another line next to it. Melt that back in. And this is that other valley that we had this side. And we can build that up again now, can't we? We can put a big blob on it. And let's look a bit closer. Hold on. Let's see if we do. Oh. What's it doing? Come on. Yeah. So yeah, fill that valley in a little bit. Top that up. Yeah. Top this valley in. Give that another. Put some more weld in there, turn that as one piece. Go to one side of this one. I've nearly missed the groove altogether there, haven't I? But that'll soon nice and clean and weld in. Go up here, go up the side here now, melt that all in as one. I've nearly missed the whole bleeding run on this side, haven't I? So give that a good walloping down there. Top that up. Grind it back. And that's got it nicely, hasn't it? Top this up and then grind it back. Ooh, well, blimey. That lid is somehow doesn't look quite, looks off, doesn't it? But it could be because there's a dip there that makes it look like it's going round. Anyway, let's push on, shall we? Let's push on. So we've put a massive blob on there. We've come up the side of that again, haven't we? Hopefully we've copped it. We've topped up this side here, so knock it off, cool it off, grind it down, and let's have a look. Rinse and repeat. Well, that's looking okay now, isn't it? That's looking a-okay. Filled the valleys in. We've gone alongside that other one. We'd missed the joint, hadn't we? Yeah, we've done that. Fill that full of metal. I reckon, by George, we've done it. It still looks, and the top looks well twisted over. But we'll have to fix that when we get to the, because we're going to weld the top of it inside that now, aren't we? Hold on there a minute. Weld this inside here, aren't we? So we're going to weld this to there, follow that all the way down. You see all the threads disappeared, so that's going to be a nice job. Turn that into a screwdriver. We're getting there, we've just got to now do the wood, glue the wood in, make that sit on there, make this come out of here in the middle of the handle. I've got a plan for that. So that's near as damn it. The plan is to hammer that into there, bring that down here. That'll be the center, so that will center the shaft, won't it? That'll center the shaft in the handle once we've done that. So hammer that in there, that'll give it a center. But we've got to put, next job is we've got to, hold on, next job we've got to put the wood in here, because it's odd. It definitely needs a heavier handle than what it does. I don't, you know, they're on about balance. What does it mean, balance? Does balance mean it balances at that point? I don't know. Maybe we don't have to put wood in. Maybe that might be the answer. Don't put wood in it. But when you get a handle, you like to feel that it's a good handle, don't you? We'll have to think about that, won't we? We might have to. We could bypass that, couldn't we? Not put anything in the handle and just weld them up. Could be a solution. Save a load of aggro, won't it? What do you think? Let's think about it. Let's go to sleep on this now then. Let's go to sleep on this. I think that's a great, the fact that we've done that and it looks straighter than usual, right? And we've changed the thread away, so we've got rid of the thread, haven't we? And the fact that we've found the nut there, which will then centralize that, which would be good. I might put something like, I don't know, tape or something, just to make it so it's right in the middle. But that's going to be hammered into there. These, I'm not sure what to do with. Obviously, we're going to keep the broad arrow. Are we going to, you know, it's going to take some doing, isn't it? We'll weld around it. What happens is you're going to come to the good metal and then you're going to weld around it until it blobs in the middle. Weld around it, come out of it, put another weld around it and slowly work your way in. But we're going to have to do it 4 times. Yeah, weld around here, so it's sort of built up there. And of course, as you've welded around, you've built material on here, so this hole's going to be smaller. Clean it, weld it again, clean it, turn it into like a blob, times 4. What do you think? We'll sleep on it, I think. Yeah, I think we'll sleep on it, but isn't that, finding that amazing? Let's sleep on it. What are we going to do? How are we going to put weight into the handle? Is wood heavy enough to go in there? Anyway, come on. It's enough for today. We'll sleep on it, I think. But I think definitely that's got to go in there. That's going to fit in there, whether it likes it or not. I just hope we don't accidentally open this crack up too much, give it too much stress. We'll see. We might have to grind a bit of these off first. We'll see. We'll see. I wonder if there's enough time in the post. We could always post this to Scoutcrafter, couldn't we? And get him to use the dake and squish that into there. Yeah. I don't think the post, that's not an option. I don't think the post will be quite that quick to send this over to Scoutcrafters to get it pushed in there with the dake. I think we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and hammer the holy hell out of it. Reggie, you silly Billy! Too impatient, look. Oh, damn. We knew it was cracked, didn't we? Oh, we should have been a bit more patient. So now we've not only got to, repair that now, haven't we? Oh, silly sausage. Yeah, that's tomorrow's game. Repair that. And then grind that down. I thought, no, I'm going to put it in there. Reggie, a silly sausage. We'll clamp this in the vise overnight and pretend it never happened, eh?